Hey, welcome to lab number 6 of 7 of this series. Update and application Azure Kubernetes. I'm an Azure administrator as well as an Azure Solutions Architect. In this lab, you will learn how to update the front end application code, create an updated container image, push the container image to Azure Container Registry, and deploy the updated container image. Fascinating. Hey, welcome to lab 6 of 7 of this lab series. Today is another very good lab. I would say starting with lab 5, they get very interesting. So lab 6, we're going to update our application a little bit. Basically, we're going to take, when you start it, you vote on cats and dogs. We're going to change to voting on any two things you like. I'm going to change mine to Corvettes and Porsches. So in this lab, we're going to update the front end application code, hence what the end user sees. Create an updated container image. Push the container image to Azure Container Registry, and hope you're sitting down for this. Deploy the updated container image. Alright, so like I said, this is lab 6 of 7, and you have to follow these labs in a series. So you should at this point complete it 1 through 5 and have a container image that was uploaded to an Azure Container Registry, and from there we created a AKS cluster, and the application was then deployed to the AKS cluster. So the first thing you want to do is update our application, and the first step in doing that is to update the config file. So I have my application in a folder. Let me just go back here to the very beginning, C drive, this folder here, and if you're following along, that's where you probably have it. So we're going to go find the config file. So double click here, Azure Vote, double click again, and once again double click on Azure Vote. So here's the path you're in, and here's the file we want. So you can edit it in a Notepad or Visual Studio. Say simple 6-line. I think there's only like 6 lines there, so I'm going to edit a Notepad. And you probably have cat and dog or dog and cat here. I just changed the values to what you want. Like I said, I changed mine to Corvette and Porsche. So I don't need to change anything, but go ahead and you can change here, the title here if you want as well. So I'll say save that and close here. And then of course I'm going to clear my screen here and make sure you're in the same folder as the application, so we don't have to define it in our command statement. So I think that was there we go, clear. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Okay, the first we want to do is update our image, and so we're going to run this command. Oh, got a couple problems there. One, the build should have 2 dashes, and the up should have 0 dashes. So let's go ahead and start there, run this command again. Looking pretty good this time. Now this is just updated it locally. So let's test it out locally, and we should see our change. So I'm going to open browser here. Just type localhost, and there it is. So there we got Corvette Porsche. That's how I feel. Actually. How about that? No, obviously both are great cars. I'm just, I live in only about 80 miles from the Corvette Museum. So it's kind of cool to have a Corvette and go to the museum and to have a museum after your car you own. It's pretty cool. I mean, so that's one of the reasons. It's a lot of history. But anyway, this is an Azure channel, not a Corvette channel. So I'll stop talking about the Corvette. But oh, hold on. Let me bring this down so it's all in view. So yeah, I just went to localhost 8080, and then you can see. So there we go. So I'm going ahead and close that, and let's continue on. Okay, next we want to upload our local image, the new one, up to our Azure repository. Then of course, get it into our cluster. So first we must do is tag it. So I'm going to have to get, let me clear the screen here. If you don't know your login server name, you need that here in the tag command. So if you know what it is, go ahead and edit this command and put that server name in there. If you don't know what it is, run this command. Alright, we've used this command several times now in different labs, so but just so it's complete, I'm then gonna highlight that, copy it, and then paste it into my command here. This is going to tag our new image with that name. Alright, excellent. And if you want to see the fruits of our labor here, we learned a command, I think in the very first lab, lab 2, called Docker Images. This will show us all of our images we have locally. So if we run that command, you can see I have quite a few. You ignore all those and just we have that one, and then we have our version 2 we just gave with scrolling down to it with the v2 command. So that's why it has v2. So that's pretty exciting. Now what we want to do next is push it into our registry. So we're going to take this command. Oh, we better take this. It should still be in my clipboard. So I'm just going to take it here, put the command there, and we're going to push that up to our repository or our registry. It looks like I need to log in to my Azure account, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so all I did was I ran this command here, and now I'm going to try this command again. Alright, outstanding. That should now be in our registry. Okay, if you want to see again the fruits of our labor in the portal, go to your registry container, scroll down to repositories, and here's our repository called Azure Vote Front, and you see we got version 2. Click on that. It gives you the nice pull command if you want to grab it. So pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Alright, let's minimize that. Go back to our screen here and continue on. Alright, moving right along. For maximum uptime, you should always have more than one instance running of your application. So we want to verify the number of running front-end instances that we have. So let me come down here, let me do a clear, and highlight get pods. And you can see it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the result of our previous lab. So we should at least scale to 3. And I'm going to go from 5 to 3 just because. So let's go ahead and run this. Yeah, so the next thing you want to do is update the application by running this command. And what should be happening is it's going to redeploy our app, so these containers will start to be terminated and the new ones will be built. We can see that happen with the get pods command. So we're going to run this and then run this to see the action. So let's go ahead and run this. Then I'll run this. You see a container creating, terminating. Notice it creates new ones, and it'll eventually be back down to 5. Because we want to have uptime, right? So there you go. Pretty good there. Alright, to test out our application now, what we need to do is get the IP address. So I'll do that with this command here. Alright, so we're going to use this command here. To go view our brand new updated application. And look at that. There it is. Corvette. Well, I hope you are enjoying this series. What we did today was we updated the front end application code, created an updated container image, pushed the container image to Azure Container Registry, and then deployed the updated container image. The good news here is you know more Docker / AKS than you did before you start the series. The sad news is only one more lab left. But, of course, there'll be more labs to come. So, in the next series, not next series, but the next lab of this series, which is also the last one, we're going to upgrade our version of Kubernetes. So, as always, thanks for watching, and talk to you guys later.